Okay, another nice day. Kind of a weird weather. It's like really dark clouds over there, but blue skies over there. I thought this sponge with the mic actually worked really well with the camera to block out the wind. It doesn't look the best aesthetically, but it works from what I've seen so far. So this will be another test that I just kind of repositioned it to see if it works. So just a random full bags of bananas on the ground. Read some interesting stuff today. Was something about a drone breaking a world record too, something along the lines of that. But the first thing I saw that was kind of got my attention anyway, since I was interested in things like those autonomous cars to see how they progress. This one says self-driving Uber car kills Arizona pedestrian, and apparently this is the very first accident or fatal accident, that's what you want to call it, ever with an autonomous car. As it says here, a woman in Tempe, Arizona has died after being hit by a self-driving car operated by Uber in what appears to be the first known death of a pedestrian struck by an autonomous vehicle on a public road. The Uber vehicle was in autonomous mode with a human safety driver at the wheel when it struck the woman, who was crossing the street outside of a crosswalk. The Tempe police said in a statement, "The episode happened on Sunday around 10 p.m. The woman was not publicly identified." Uber said it had suspended testing of its self-driving cars in Tempe, Pittsburgh, San Francisco, and Toronto. So that's really unfortunate. Although the interesting thing is here, this says it had a manual driver in there as well, so it makes you wonder what happened. Like, why didn't they stop it in time? I think from what I gathered from reading the articles, the sensors didn't recognize the person as a person. Could have been maybe it's because it's nighttime, it doesn't have the proper sensors, but it makes you wonder if this will actually stop things like this from progressing as, I guess, fast as people would like it to, in terms of companies anyways, because I know companies are probably trying to beat each other in terms of getting things like this on the road. This is my camera, my vlogging camera. You said you lost your drone there, right? So if it's actually heated there, you can actually see it.
Like yeah.
Would you even remember where you're... let's see. Was it this tree or that tree? Lots of kids curious about the drones again. I always find it funny for kids when you launch the drone, they just stand there like, okay, whatever, like he's flying it. Whereas adults are like, ugh. Like they always like stand back for people who aren't used to the drone because they're afraid it's gonna crash into them. And speaking of drones, I read this interesting one. Apparently someone broke a record in terms of how high he flew the drone, like with an FPV. It says here like he flew about 10,269 meters in the air. What is that, like over 30,000 feet or something like that? I was like, holy cow. This was apparently somewhere in Russia, and the person, I guess, what makes it kind of remarkable for a lot of people is he just used regular everyday drone parts that anybody can get. And one of the biggest issues, I suppose, are things like the weather, whether or not it can withstand. So you can kind of see him use all this stuff. And I did see what the parts are. They're all kind of foreign to me, but I'll post it for those of you who actually build drones that are into this stuff. For me anyways, that would be kind of crazy and fantastic if I could do something like that in the future. Fly really long distance or really high in a reliable way. Like obviously you can't do it now. But the person did release their stats and they showed pictures from going up and down. Like it says here, the max speed they traveled was 93 kilometers an hour. The travel distance, 6.33 kilometers. But another thing this made me think of is during that Transport Canada session, one of the things the guy kept saying is they want to make these laws and stuff because there's, quote, some Yahoo on YouTube that's trying to fly as high as they can and all that. And it makes me wonder, would you consider stuff like this as that? Like it's dangerous. Because I was actually reading this other video, or watching, if that's what you want to say, but it had things like subtitles, and they were saying how, in terms of them flying, they said during the flight there was nothing except for about 1 to 2 passing cars under the quad, but in general that is absolutely safe according to them, and they had spotters and everything like that. So it kind of makes me wonder, when you see stuff like this, do you marvel at it and say, oh, that's great, it's fantastic, or do you see it as, no, it's super dangerous because where they were flying, that's where airplanes and stuff go, so regardless, you should never do that at all. Because that's usually the controversy, right? I believe it says weight-wise, this thing was a little over 2 pounds or so, but again, all the parts are foreign to me, whereas you guys who actually build FPV and all that, it may ring a bell to you. things like the motors, like Cobra CM2206. Like, I wouldn't know which brands are the best or whatever because I'm more consumer drone oriented, where I buy them off the shelf just to capture video and everything. Do people overall think stuff like that is, hey, it's just fun, or do people see it more as, oh no, another reason for people to say ban them all? Oh, they're starting to blossom already? Cool. Okay, this is a good test for the mic. It's actually blowing pretty hard right now with the wind. Alright, see you guys later.